What's driving an increase in threatening air drones and missiles in the Middle East? Produced by Defense News and Military Times, this is the Early Bird Brief. Each morning, we bring you the defense and national security news of the day. And how is the U.S. military managing to combat the situation? We talked with Navy Times reporter Diana Stancy to learn more. What does it all mean for our defense and security? You'll find out. I'm your host, Jonathan Lehrfeld. Today is Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024. A heads up to listeners that this episode was recorded on Wednesday, December 27th, but check out our website and the Early Bird Brief newsletter for additional up-to-date information on the U.S. strikes in the Middle East. And before we get started, in case you missed it, be sure to check out our end-of-year podcast where we discuss all of the biggest national security stories from this past year and how they could lead into or impact 2024 and beyond. Hey Diana, I'm sure many of our listeners have been following the plethora of military news coming out of the Middle East. One of the storylines you've been tracking, of course, is the series of interceptions against air drones and missiles that officials claim originated from Iran-allied Houthi rebels in Yemen. Can you give us a quick recap of some of those incidents and share why officials say those have escalated in recent weeks?
So since October, we have seen over 30 attacks where U.S. Navy destroyers have had to respond to these incidents in the Red Sea. So one of the most recent incidents involved the USS Laboon, as well as some other FA-18s from the Eisenhower Carrier Strike Group. According to U.S. Central Command, these Navy assets shot down 12 one-way attack drones, 3 anti-ship ballistic missiles, and 2 land attack cruise missiles in the southern Red Sea on December 26th. So this follows some other incidents that were similar. For example, the USS Carney, another Navy destroyer, took down a barrage of 14 attack drones in the Red Sea also in December. So there have also been a few other smaller incidents. For example, just several days before the Laboon took down more than a dozen attack drones, it also took down 4 drones in the Red Sea as well. So we're seeing a lot of incidents like this, and they have picked up significantly in December. Put into context, this is one of the most recent episodes where destroyers in the Middle East have encountered drones and missiles, and U.S. officials claim that these were fired by Iran-allied Houthi rebels in Yemen. So we are seeing an uptick in these attacks amid the conflict between Israel and Hamas. We're seeing other groups that are trying to take advantage of the situation for their own benefit, but U.S. officials have claimed that these other groups should steer clear and have issued warnings to these groups to not interfere more and to try to take advantage of the conflict for their own benefit.
Is the Department of Defense tying these incidents to the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas?
So what U.S. officials are saying is that these attacks are coming from Iran-allied Houthi rebels in Yemen. According to U.S. Central Command, they have said that we have every reason to believe that these attacks, while launched by the Houthis in Yemen, are fully enabled by Iran. So in these incidents, CENTCOM has not said whether the ships have necessarily been the target of these attacks. However, in the case of the Laboon in December, CENTCOM claimed that the drones were inbound to the destroyer. So overall, they have clarified in most cases that these drones and missiles have been shot down in acts of self-defense.
So in light of these attacks, what actions has the Department of Defense taken to mitigate the situation?
Yes, so the Pentagon has been very clear that a solution to these attacks will require international effort. On December 18th, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin announced the creation of a task force called Operation Prosperity Guardian. So this is a new multinational security initiative in the Middle East that is designed to help protect merchant ships in the Red Sea area from these drones and missiles. Other countries participating in this effort include the United Kingdom, Bahrain, Canada, France, Italy, the Netherlands, and Norway, among others. So since October, there have been at least 15 attacks on these commercial vessels, according to U.S. Central Command. So what we are seeing as far as the Navy side of things, the destroyers that have been participating in this task force and have been responding to attacks on commercial vessels, those have been the Laboon, the Mason, and the Carney. The Laboon and the Mason are part of the Eisenhower Carrier Strike Group, which deployed from Norfolk, Virginia in October, and the Carney is part of the Gerald R. Ford Carrier Strike Group, which has been deployed since May.
That's it for us this morning. To get more of the top stories and breaking news, go to defensenews.com/EBB to subscribe to the Early Bird Brief newsletter. Please give us a like, rating, and a comment wherever you get your podcasts, and be sure to follow us on social media @defense_news and @Military Times. The Early Bird Brief is hosted by me, Jonathan Lehrfeld, and produced by Zimone Z. Perez. If you enjoyed our conversation today with Diana, be sure to check out her work at NavyTimes.com. Our editor-in-chief is Mike Gruss. Have a great day.